For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I take a lot of selfies. Right, I like selfies. I'm a fan of the selfie. I like taking them and I like looking at them. I'm a fan of them. I've been accused in the past, of narcissism and vainness, okay? And those are things that are usually associated with those who take a lot of selfies, and that's fair. Sometimes people like to take them because they think they're so pretty, okay? That's not why I take selfies. I like to talk a bit about selfies because there's a lot of selfie hate out there. A lot of selfie hate out there. A lot of haters hating on the selfie takers, okay? And I want to address that. Back in the day, selfies were a thing. They were just different. You painted them and you called them self-portraits, but they were selfies, okay? Let me just drop a name for you really quick of somebody who you may have heard of who is famous for his selfies, okay? Vincent van Gogh, right? Vincent van Gogh took a lot of selfies for a painter. He painted himself a lot, okay? And that is the same thing. As the human species has progressed, we are now at a point where our cellular phone devices have image capturing things on the front of our phones. We can take pictures of ourselves. We can accomplish the same goal that Van Gogh did, but only in seconds and not in like hours. Right? It's revolutionary. And while some people are kind of vain and narcissistic about their selfies. That's fine. That's fair. Totally fair. There are narcissistic people out there, and I have those tendencies as well sometimes, but just not all the time. For me, selfies are a bit more than just, here's a picture of me, look how pretty I am. To me, it's an expression of confidence in yourself. If you notice, for those of you who do follow me on Instagram, the number of selfies that I took started to increase around mid-October or so, and that's for a very specific reason. Genuine confidence in myself is a thing that only happened very recently in my life, and that is true both physically as well as my personality, right? I have always been confident in certain things, but I also second-guess myself all the freaking time. And around fall of this year, I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, and I just was gonna love me for me, who I am. I have always been self-conscious about my size. I have always worried about being too small. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to different things, and people have looked at me and said, you need to eat more, you look sick. You look sick. And that hurts because I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm perfectly healthy. In fact, I had a physical a couple months ago where I was told that I was perfectly healthy, and people didn't believe me when I told them that. Yeah? So there's the thing. I went through a period of deep self-reflection around this fall, and a lot of the conclusions that I drew kind of revolved around my obsession with what other people think about me. I've taken things personally my entire life, and that is not productive, because bottom line, you have to trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, do something about that. I've looked at the decisions that I've made. I've looked at the things that I've done, the things I've created, what I've decided to pour my energy into. And I looked at that and I said, this stuff is genuinely good. This is going somewhere, and I believe that it is going somewhere. In other words, I trust me. I trust me. And it felt good to admit that I trusted myself, and I trusted that I was gonna be okay in a way that I have never admitted to myself before in the past. And this just improved my mood vastly, which then led to me going to get a haircut and changing how I did my hair, because I've done my hair the same way for the past like 4 freaking years, and it's done that way right now because I'm wearing a hat, but I changed it. And what resulted was something that was pretty cool. I felt physically confident in myself and in my presence and in my body for the first time in ever. I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw somebody that was happy. I saw somebody that was charismatic, and that is something that I have missed and I've seen only glimpses of throughout my life, and I saw it in full force, and it felt so good, and that only compounded with the actual genuine confidence within myself. It was like a double whammy of confidence, and it felt really good. And the result of this was selfies. I started taking a lot of selfies, and I still take a lot of selfies, taking pictures of myself because I like me. And I want to show me to the world in whatever way that I can, and I want to show how I'm feeling, the faces that I'm making, the feelings that I'm feeling, to whoever I can, because I like those feelings, and I trust those feelings, and I like where those feelings are leading. And that is why I've been taking a lot of selfies recently, because I'm confident in me. Not just in me here, what you're seeing, but what you're hearing and what you're listening to. This part of me, the part that really matters. Every single person on this planet has something about them that is freaking beautiful. And sometimes you have to look deeper than skin to find that, but every single person, and I believe this deep within myself, is beautiful in some way. And that is a unifying factor of all of us, because humanity and people, individual people, groups of people, are beautiful, and we focus on the wrong things sometimes, and that beauty, That's where the confidence comes from, is knowing that there are parts of me, there are parts of you, there are parts of everyone that are just so incredibly amazing. This video coincides with a project that my good friend Aly Bongo is doing starting January 6th. There's a Tumblr post in the description. It's Body Confidence Week. And it revolves around taking selfies. And like we said, I'm a fan of selfies. So please check out that link and participate if you want, because I'm participating. It's a great thing, and I'm all about people loving themselves. Because you can't really love anyone else. It's so cliche, but you can't love others until you love yourself, because you gotta know how to love before you can love. You know what I'm saying, man? Sounding like a hippie. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. As always, I'm Connor Manning. You've just become a little more awesome, and I'll see you guys on Monday. I just realized that I'm still wearing 2 pairs of socks. Because I wore 2 pairs. It was cold today, okay? I don't like cold. I was born in a blizzard, don't like cold. That's irony. My life is irony. Just at the most basic level, and I think that is beautiful, relates to the video and screen YouTube playbook. I'm gonna go now before I start deconstructing everything. Yep.